Hey guys, welcome back to another installment of Scrap Mechanic. I am Hetzman, thank you for being with me today. So, last episode I built this guy here, this little semi, or not so little actually. Lots of potential with him. Since last episode I have made some minor design changes, mainly in the back here with the hitch. It's just got a bit more room underneath now. I don't know if you can, there we go, we can see it in there now. I was having trouble. I made a little bit of a mock-up trailer. It was just something real simple, nothing worth showing on camera. But I just wanted to see if I could actually pick up something, and this is the only design that I was able to get to finally work. Let me show you what it does when it opens. So, as you can see, those guys pop open, but then I also have this little bending piece back here. So that way if I'm ever on any unlevel terrain, I have a better chance of picking it up with this lower hookup point, and then it'll just glide itself up into the hitch. So right off the bat, let's get started on building the actual trailer to go with this guy. Now, one thing I had to do, or one thing I want to do, is make it as big as possible, but also as functional as possible. I think what we're going to do is start off with a flatbed trailer, and it's going to come up to here, I think, and then it'll come down a bit and then come over so that we can get onto it by jumping, no problem, or sprint jumping rather. And then, you know, if we ever build any vehicles that should unload it or something like that, it'll be able to. Now I'm sure that later on in Scrap City, I will have, what I'm thinking is some sort of a factory where it'll have like a controller operated fork of some sort or arm that can pick things up off of this trailer and set them on some sort of a shelf maybe. So we'll see if that's even possible, but that'd be kind of cool if we can even get that to go. But first things first, let's build a trailer. Let's see here. So we'll get the lift out right away. Now remember, the trailer has an odd center, okay? That's the middle. So that means our trailer has to have the same thing, which is hard to do on this guy, but we're going to make it happen. So we're going to stick with a 3. Now this is going to be the base for the trailer. And we're going to make it quite long, because I want to be able to store quite a bit on it. That, let's see here, is not long enough. Oop. There we go. Okay. A little bit more. Who cares if it's super long? Yeah, because some of it will be over there too. So, now what I want to do is get this thing up. Now, I don't like the height that it's sitting at yet, but this is not the deck. This is going to be, it's going to have a wooden deck. But I do want it to be as wide as the trailer, or the semi rather. So we got the center, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on that side. So we've got the center, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is right there. And then this guy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool. Yep, that looks good. So now you're going to come over this way, all the way down the trailer. And you're going to meet up with this end here. Now I may, off camera, I may change the length of this guy depending on what exactly it's going to be used for. But you guys will see any changes, and I'll be sure to point them out once they happen, because I'm sure I'm going to have to change up some stuff. Okay, so now that we've done that, the deck can be started. This is just going to be a real simple wooden deck, flatbed trailer. Just like that. And it'll get a little bit more detailed later on. Obviously we have to add some wheels, but I like that length. Let me get this truck out of the way, it's a bit too in the way. That's better. Oops. Okay. So then the next thing let's go get the wheels. And we're going to use basically the same principle as what we did over there. And let's go ahead and put just like this. Now, I'm not sure what the spacing is again, so I'll have to figure that out. Let me grab some different items here. We'll go ahead and grab one of those. We need a wheel. And that should be good enough. So let's see, if we lower this down, where do I want the wheels to sit? I want the wheels to sit there and there. So now if we come up, that's going to be the center, and that's got to be the center. Get rid of these real quick. I keep missing. There we go. Alright. So what this will do is allow me to figure out where exactly I need to start. So right there. And right there. Okay. Alright. So we've got a pretty good frame going here. We'll go ahead and just... There we go. Add a bit like that. Add a bit like that. You know, there's actually no reason that I should be doing that much. Because the trailer can be adjusted in the front, so there's no reason for me to keep adding extra height to this, because I want to have this thing ride as low as possible. There we go. And then same thing over here. That looks pretty good. Not bad at all. Although I may redesign that later on. Bring this down lower. Now if we just approximate that right there, the height is actually looking pretty good. Now what I'm going to do is bring this out like that. And then I'm going to estimate that the hitch should go here. So this is how it hooks up. We put a bearing down so that the hitch has free range of turning, and that's what helps it turn when we make a turn. It'll pivot on that. Add 3 blocks down. Build it like that. Just build a 9-block square, and that is the hitch. That is what we attach to. Now, just for, well, you know what, let's go ahead and just do it right away. So now the simple, so when we deattach, we're going to need the thing to be able to stand up on its own. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop down a controller right there, just like that. Put a block next to it with a switch. And we'll turn the switch so that it looks like that. So what that's going to do is going to operate the gear, the feet, I guess we could call them. I'm going to put just one thing like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I believe 5 would be enough, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 actually. What we're going to need. So we'll add a 6th, and we'll go sideways 1. And I think it'd be cool actually if we went ahead and, oh no, because that defies physics. Never mind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that's going to be too much. Okay. grab the connector real quick. Hook that up. Hook that up. Just like that. I want you to go that way, and I want you to go that way. And you're both going to go down 90 degrees. Just like that. And rather, instead of doing it here when the switch is on, we want it to be there when the switch is off. So what's going to happen is I'm going to delete the lift, and it's going to fall, but then it's going to try to stand itself back up. There we go. And to me, it does look like it's down too far, but that might not be a bad thing. Let's see what we got here. Now we're hitting right there because I didn't line it up right. But I think I can manage this kind of a hookup. So I'm going to open up the hitch, and I'll zoom in here a little bit. We're going to just ease in. This is where we get our truck driver's license, and it's not high enough. It's just not going to make it. So we got to flip that up. So let's get this guy back on the lift, and we'll slide him over just a little bit. There we go. And already I can tell that's better. Tell you what, let's just use the lift and move this entire thing to right here. Uh-oh, wrong way. That's not gonna make things easier. Ooh. Okay. Work it. Okay, here we go. Hitch open. We're lined up pretty good. Slide it on in. That looks like it's in there as good as it's gonna get. So we'll close the hitch up now. And if we look, the hitch is nearly shut. That'll actually work out well. This is the part that I wish was a little bit better. We're gonna have to, oh, frame rate. Turn the switch on. There we go. And you saw how this finally squatted? That even made the frame rate better. Now the hitch looks like it's closed all the way now. Let's go ahead and take our maiden voyage. It's coming with us. It's doing a pretty good job. Look at that. Beautiful. And different trailers will have different weights, of course, and... Oh, come on. Come on. No. Okay, so we're not made to climb hills. Good to know. Let's see if we can make it up this way. I may have to consider putting some turbo on here. Wow, low frame rate. That is one thing I've noticed about this game. The more you have going on in one area of the map, the slower the game actually runs. The cool part is that you actually do learn how to try to maneuver a real trailer. And there it comes, straight back up with us. So I think the thing I'm going to look into next is probably putting a degree of freedom so that, you know, an axle parallel with the wheels here, so that this thing can actually bend and pivot, and that probably has to do with the hitch, but I'd rather it have to do with the trailer, so I might figure out something in that regard. But that would make hooking up so much harder. But that's it for this episode, guys. Thanks for watching. Might have been a short one, but I apologize. I don't have any more content for you today. So next time you see this trailer, it'll probably be redesigned just a little bit. But I just wanted to get you guys a basic flat trailer to show you how to hook up to your actual semi. So I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.